Here is your daily dose of the Ultimate Sales Machine coming to you from the new edition. Visit ultimatesalesmachine.com to get your copy or multiple copies. I am your host, Amanda Holmes, CEO of Chet Holmes International. What you're about to learn has assisted 250,000 businesses to generate billions of dollars, working faster, better, smarter.
Who's in your stadium? My stadium is investors interested in the biohacking topic. All right? Okay. As a gynecologist for 30 years, I've seen a lot of vaginas. Do you want the inside scoop? Over 70% of my patients worry about odor down there, and even more experience pain at some point. These issues affect not only comfort, but also intimacy. Women want to stop worrying about their vajayjays and get on with having more pleasure with sex. The problem is they try a variety of scented products, and then they end up in my office with allergic reactions and irritation, which leads them back to avoiding sex. Vajellies is the solution. A soothing vulvar mask embedded with natural ingredients like copaiba oil to support the microbiome, nitric oxide to enhance blood flow, and even pheromones for sexual attraction. Vajellies, comfort, confidence, and pleasure reimagined. A revolutionary product that will reclaim intimate health. I'm seeking collaboration to launch this product from prototype to market in this first of its kind entry into the $44 billion women's health arena. Email me at drdebra@fantasticallyfemale.com to let me know you're in.
I think the opening is entertaining and engaging, although it might be a little too much for some investors. But again, you only know this, but due to the very nature of what it is, people are going to want to engage with you because it's one of these topics, especially a bunch of men. They'll figure out any way to try to talk about the vagina and get away with it. So I quite know that well. So what I would say, what's missing from it though, is you said join the 44 billion, is any evidence that it actually works. So I think both Dave and Amanda have said there needs to be some sort of credible proof of like, you talk about one woman this age, and this is what her relationship was like. And now with this simple formula, now she has it's just changed her confidence, her ability to be, intimate. And so really speak to that, because it kind of just sounds like you're just trying to sell something in this area. And it's a really intriguing sort of product. And what the name is?
Vajellies.
Vajellies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
Avoid the smellies, get the gelling. Gel? Hilarious.
Did you just hear what Amanda said?
I didn't come up with it. I don't know. Someone in the Reddit. That was something
Avoid the smellies, get the jellies. That is. So.
You're going to remember that for a while, Joris.
There's a couple things. There's the serious side, and then there's the humorous side. And because of a sensitive topic, certainly humor helps. It can help you talk about things. So I like the fact that you're throwing that in. I just think it's like a comedian that is their lines. It's how you deliver it. It's how you say it. It's the nuances of the tone. And so I think you're very close. Yeah, it just is lacking credibility, because to me, it's like, well, you're just trying to sell some.
But how do you get that in a 1-minute stadium?
No, you use it with evidence of success. With has this been tested? Do you have women that are?
Yeah. I have a prototype that I had tested, and so I'm ready to mass get it launched.
Yeah, and look, you're happy if you are selling something that blows people away, that is very useful, that is very valuable. Your clients will write the best testimonials for you. They will say them, they will speak them, they will live them. And if you're not getting that in the bit, you need to fix that, right? People are like, oh my God, I've got these amazing testimonials. It's like, well, you should. If you don't, you should rethink the business you're in. If you're selling awesome stuff, people need to be saying great things about it, right?
Right.
So yeah, those are my thoughts for now. I can say more, but I want to.
I wish we had recorded the befores of these, because I heard hers at the table and she had a rock star table. That hook came from you guys discussing, which also speaks to, in this room, make sure you keep practicing, because she's up here because she kept practicing with the room, giving great feedback. and took action on it. So congratulations. It was freaking awesome, right? You got the whole room to laugh immediately. I definitely recommend, like he's saying, right, just keep putting humor in it because it's a difficult subject. I also loved that you added in the 44 billion. This is a huge market. And I'm just dittoing everything from Joe, that I wanted to know what the prototype, what's happening with the prototype? Have you had any success?
Yeah.
All right.
I know what you're going to say.
So you're in the Apollo group. So we've had a lot of time, and I you guys wouldn't believe the transformation over the last 6 months in Debra. And you're showing up and you're glowing and confident. When she first joined, she was this like very closed off kind of energy and just completely transformed, which is beautiful. And I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
Be more playful, especially at the very beginning, right? The humor, love it. I think for an audience of guys, it's disarming. Like when you say, I've seen more vaginas than all you put together. And just like, oh man, right? And the playfulness and like the sparkle, which you now have, that is a recent addition to your energy. That's really good. But you are, like, you guys wouldn't know this unless you sat down and talked with her. She isn't just a 30 years of OBGYN stuff. She's studied every aspect of female pleasure, of healing, traumatic resolution, psychedelics. Like, I don't know anyone with more credentials from everything spiritual, esoteric, somatic, all the way down into medical and biochemical and hormones, all that. Like, you're like the full stack vagina expert, right? And you're like 30 years. That was all you said about yourself. Like, you're just too much of a badass to just say 30 years. You can sell yourself better in this. Okay. And you're doing great. And there's more you can do. And now some feedback, and this is for everyone in the entire room. I hear this a lot on podcasts, and after 1,200 of them, I've learned a thing or two. When people are nervous, they say "so" at the beginning of their sentence. They say, in your case, "okay." Your first words were "okay" when you started your pitch. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, most people don't. In fact, I've oftentimes told people when we're starting an episode, in 5 times we have to restart the episode. So they don't do it. It's a bad habit, just like saying "or like" all the time. And what you do is you realize the longer you're quiet, the more people listen. So I did there. I waited an extra beat before I said the more people listen, and you all leaned in. You can stand there for 10 seconds quiet and like, wow, she's thinking about something really big. Right? It's okay to not talk when you're gathering your thoughts or when you're having dramatic impact. So when you come up there, the very first thing you say matters more than you think it does. And most of us are unaware of the first thing you say. The part about the humor and then saying inside scoop made me laugh. It was just so subtle and funny.
You know what? I first had it as, you want to know a secret. And then after Michael Fishman's talk yesterday, I changed it to inside scoop.
And I could see that being from Michael Fishman. And it's like, you just have the humor and then like, was that a joke? Was it not a joke? It's so good. Right. And then I was turned off when you said it can affect comfort and intimacy. Prim and proper. Right. You dropped into clinical doctor mode.
Okay.
Right. And you've already got us disarmed. You don't have to be that clinical. I would look for words like it can affect pleasure, and even better yet, your pleasure. And it doesn't matter if you're talking about what I'm saying. It can affect your pleasure. It can make you less intimate, more you instead of the clinical. You feel the difference in the energy there?
Yeah.
And then you have extra words in there that don't do anything. They use a variety of scented products. They use scented products that irritate them. Right? 1 sentence replaces 3, so you have more time to say the things that matter, like how good you are, right? And then you got into specific ingredients. Dude, these are investors. What kind of oil, some kind of thing, nitric, whatever. That's not relevant for this. That's you describing the inner workings of what you do.
Okay.
You're like, I have this product, and it radically transforms vaginas. And when it does that, like women experience more pleasure, their partners experience more pleasure, they're healthier, they're happier,
Yeah.
their brains work better.
More cause and effect.
Yeah, and like how you do it, Like,
cares?
I mean, they care a little bit. Say what it is. It's a product with a proprietary, because you don't own IP and you don't have a unique ingredient yet. And if you call it your ingredients, they're not proprietary. They're going to ask you. So with proprietary, because it's a proprietary blend, with a proprietary blend and a delivery system that does not exist in the world today, that is so much better. Because one thing that women don't like is having greasy shit stain their underwear, or whatever you would say that. But so
It's like the way a guy would say it.
exactly, I did that on purpose, by the way, right? But so what I would say, so like basically we solved that problem, which means people buy a lot of it. But most importantly, they feel so different that they keep buying it. Right? And just something like that.
Yeah,
Right?
thank
But
you.
I love the pitch. It's really good. Just sell yourself a little bit more.
Let me say this too. You let them sample what it smells like. If you're gonna seriously, if it smells good, whatever show it, because that is one aspect of sensory thing.
Having them smell it is the coolest thing you could ever do, because the olfactory system and the sense of touch are the oldest and lowest level. And the idea of saying smell it is naughty, right? But it's also like, what's a product thing? And so that is so memorable, right? Because you're tapping into other senses, right? And of course people are going to laugh when you do it, which is disarming as well. So I think, Joe, that's actually truly genius.
And if they like it, they immediately like, oh, this is great.
If you liked this episode and you'd like to have the Stadium Pitch Contest come to your community or your company, go ahead and visit chetholmes.com/speaking, and maybe I could come to you. Again, that's chetholmes.com/speaking.